Alright, well, welcome back, and welcome to Inferno. The second installment of my Progression of Angles series will cover B, mid, arch side, boiler side, and apps approaches to all sites. And again, try and follow along with these. Practice them in a lobby on your own time, and again, you can use YPrac to help with this as well. So working up banana, really the only thing are these two angles right here. But there's nothing really I want to cover there. And again, this isn't going to be a util video, so I'm not going to cover much of that. But when you get to here, you're going to clear this spot. And then I'm doing this quickly. You can do it slow if you want. And then you're going to look here, and you should be able to see your legs, their legs or anything by the time that you get to this spot here, and you are not exposing yourself yet. Then you're going to back up off the angle because, again, we want to be as far away from the angle as possible so that they see less of us before as we're swinging. So you're going to cut this angle and move across like you're just going to jump that. Be ready to pre-fire if you need to. So notice how this is a very important part, just cutting the angle, like knowing where it is, and then just you're already pre-aimed on it and you're just going to cut it across. You're not even using your mouse here. You're simply using your movement keys, A and D, B, and you're swung out. Now for this one, for the next angle, you want to clear across pool. And for this, you want to be using like mouse movement while you're going across. So notice the difference between this and then this. So you're moving your mouse with it. Once you're here, you're going to pre-aim for coffins. You're going to pre-aim for lower coffins. And sticking to this wall, because you want to be as far away from the angle as possible, you can clear this lower head glitch. You can go up and clear fountain and dark. Fountain, and then to pillar, and then right when this pillar separates from these blue boxes, like right here, you have to start being mindful of this position here. They cannot see your shadow since you're in a shadow. Just be aware of that, but they might be able to see your gun barrel. So just as soon as that, if you see these two interlined with each other, be prepared for this angle right here. And then you can swing out, and you can check all the way to here. On the right side of new box, and then you can move out, and you can check all the way to the left side of new box before you're even seen from anywhere over here. Little piece of knowledge: if you're anywhere between these 2 points and you look just to the left of this roof, right at like the top of the roof level, and you left click a molly, it'll hit behind new box every time. And like we were saying in the previous ones, practice good fundamentals. Hold for anyone running out of it, so you can net that kill. After this point, you have to assume either CT smoked off or your teammates are executing on site, because this is going to get pretty tragic. If you do smoke this off, stay close so you expose yourself, or you don't expose yourself to boost. You can crouch if you want even. And you're going to be looking for the swing from second oranges, and then you can clear first oranges, and then jump up and clear second oranges while you're crouching. Once you're here, you prepare to crouch peek into coffins, assuming that is not smoke, or that isn't smoked off, or that's your job to clear. Again, earlier I talked, this isn't a util video, you can just literally left click a molly into dark, and that's easy. So if you need to clear that, you really don't want to worry about it later. Just so again, staying as far away from the angle as possible. We're going to clear the CT corner at church, and then people will often play at this corner as well, so be aware of that. Plateau is next. And then there's a vertical split where someone could be playing behind tree or on top of boost. So swing one, be prepared for the other. And then you're going to look for the highway swing, or the highway person just holding. So that's B. So working down to mid. Number one, don't use this angle. It's the worst one that you can use. It's super exposed. Your whole body's exposed. It's a little bit higher up, so if they're looking at it, they might not be looking at you, but it's a pretty bad angle. Kind of situational though, I guess. Optimal though, all you do is show your head here. It's going to be harder to hit them, but at the same time, you're safe as well. So that's kind of priority, especially the side. Moving up, you're going to be holding boiler side most of the time, and then you can swing out to arch side just to make sure it's clear. And then you're going to work your way back to this wall so that you're still holding boiler, so that you make the person, if they're arch side, have to swing out a lot further to kill you. They can't just, like if you're over here and you're going to go clear up, this person can see you a lot sooner, as opposed to right here they have to swing a lot further, possibly into a teammate. Once you're here, you're going to prep to clear bedroom if you know it's not clear. and even back upstairs if you know that that's not clear. And then your attention's immediately back on boiler. So now we're going to tackle how you clear both sides of the brackets, and you can do this by yourself if you want. It helps if you have 2 mollies, one from a teammate, one from you. That clears this out completely. So right here, you are going to clear this angle just from, you're going to hug this left wall and clear this angle. And then going further, you're going to clear this, and then even into the deep spot. You can do this very quickly before they see you. But what I would prefer to do is once you get both of those angles cleared out, simply just throw a molly anywhere on that wall and crouch hold, and you've got all of under quad out. And again, we're holding for anyone who can swing. So that's that side. Then you go over and hug this wall, and you can peek our side. And then if you haven't cleared this side, let's just say you haven't cleared this side, you might want to swing this before you decide to swing out to here to clear close. But again, there's another molly, basically just anywhere high, or like just right below this little notch on the wall. Just a little running throw, and that'll get all of I'll get all of this. So pitch cubby, as we call it. And then again, hold. So assuming you have boiler side smoked off, let's work up arch. So arch, you're going to hug this wall right here, and you can peek into this area. You can go into this corner right here and get a very tight angle on it, but if you want, just stay further back and clear this all the way across. Next thing you're going to do is look library, and then the other side of library, and then you're going to swing this spot. Be aware that, again, there could be someone up on this angle, but just hold it. And then you're going to swing all the way to the left, holding this. Ideally, you have a teammate that is pre-aiming library and just generally holding this. The reason why we go to the left here is, again, because this player from library has to swing out into a teammate holding you way further than if you're coming up here. They can just peek you a lot sooner. Once we get to here, ideally you want to have a teammate flash you over maybe so that this person, Moto, doesn't decide to peek. But then you're going to peek into this area, being aware of both of those angles, and then also this angle right here where someone can be holding. And then your attention is immediately back on site. You can clear grave, grave stairs, on grave, lower pit, moving across, you can clear under balc in small pit, and then you're working your way across site, holding on the mid box the entire time, this back pillar, this part of site. So that's arch side A. Let's assume you maybe smoke off this area or you have it's clear, and this is your job. First thing from boiler, always clear up on the balcony. Really gross angle to play. Then you're going to go and clear bike. Try and clear bike before you swing for pit, because bike is first and you don't have to expose yourself to pit. Clear bike, clear pit, or jiggle it like I do so that you don't expose yourself for a long enough period of time to get shot very much. And then you're going to swing outside like this. Again, looking grave. Also being mindful of someone playing between the boxes, which can happen. Then you can crouch this in sight, library, mid-sight. And then you can swing all the way back here, once you know that that's clear. Holding pit, you can clear the drums. And then you can start working forward here. You can clear sight, this, and then you can go for a small pit. And then the last part would be coming out balcony. So once you come out balcony, again, there's this little wall bang right here, by the way, that gets the whole corner. Basically, anywhere on this corner right here will wall bang someone in that corner. So just be aware of that. When you're coming up here, hug the left so you can play boiler in case there's someone playing in this bitch corner. So you can do this right here. Kind of come up and check this, and then you're gonna go back again to swing for this angle here, and then wide. Now coming out. There's a nice flash just from like the middle of the, so there's these 1, 2, 3 of the openings. If you go to the middle one, crouch, put your flashbang right on the center of the chimney and left click it. That's called the God flash, and it flashes, I mean, if you see where that detonates, it flashes a lot of sight. It flashes pit, it gets grave, it's moto, library, or parts of library basically here. So again, not a util video, but some helpful pieces. Once you get here, you're going to clear just in case there's someone close. And then you're going to want to look grave, stairs, and then grave, head glitch. As you're moving out, be mindful of that spot. And then someone could be playing this side of triple, so be aware of that. This is kind of a rough angle to clear because you have to do both at the same time. Anyone playing moto will be here. And they might be watching you, so be aware of that. Also, this is a vertical split angle with one guy who could be playing on that head glitch and one guy who could be playing. So be aware of that. Once you have that clear, though, you can work out pit. Again, work out bike spot. A molly is really helpful here because of electronic, which you can clear pit like this. But once you go out sight, this person at electronic can now see you, which is why it's such a good angle. So a molly just like that will help you get them off electronic. If they're playing there, I always play that spot. Really gross. And then your job is to clear sight all the way to the back here, which they can head glitch you from. So cautious of that. And then you can jump down and clear the spot. I wouldn't recommend just doing like this whole jump thing. It's alright. It's kind of situational though. Everything is in this game. So another alternative though is just simply go down like this, clear a small pit from this really off angle here. That basically covers Inferno. Again, any questions you ever have, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.